This yacht club is like no yacht club you ever saw before. You don't have to own a boat to belong. You don't even have to know how to sail. And as you'll see, it's set right in the heart of the city of Boston, and it's a yacht club for everybody. This community boating club was founded not because a few people had some boats, but because a lot of people didn't have them. It was founded on an idea, the idea that sailing can be made available for all. For you, if you happen to find yourself near the Charles River sometime. There are only 2 requirements for joining this community boating club. You have to be at least 12 years old, and you must know how to swim. There's no upper age limit either. They're still sailing at 85. During the season, 1,000 men and women will use these boats provided by the Commonwealth. From April, when snow may lie on the dock, till the water turns cold in the month of November. During the summer months, some 600 youngsters paying $1 each will have a chance to learn to sail and to become expert skippers. Here it is a summer morning, and here come the kids from the suburbs and the city on foot, bicycle, and even roller skates. And here comes Larry. He's going to join up today. Being 13 years old, he's a man of vision. He doesn't see why he shouldn't be a mighty navigator like Christopher Columbus, and he's planning to start this morning. He's got his application all filled out with permission from his parents. Ma's willing he should be a sailor and discover America if he'll just stay out of the house all morning. Has he got his dollar? Yep, right here in this pocket. Well, maybe it's in the other pocket. Oh yeah, here it is, right here. All right then, here's his membership card. It's official now. He belongs to a yacht club, and if he'll go out on the dock, he can learn to sail. Shore school is held every day so that the kids can learn the theory of sailing. You might as well know what you're trying to do before you do it. All there is to sailing is to make the boat go where you want it to go, not where the wind wants to blow you. Larry has been wondering how come a sailboat can sail toward the wind at all. The instructor explains. The wind blowing against the sail above, while the water pressing against a fin-like centerboard below, makes 2 pressures which pinch the boat ahead like squeezing a watermelon seed between your 2 fingers. There's nothing to it, says Larry, and he's all set to go. First of all, Larry's going to learn how to put up a sail. It's not hard to rig a boat, the instructor tells him. In fact, it's a darn sight easier than making a bed. On a boat, he tells him, rope is always called line. Might as well master a little nautical lingo now that he's a sailor. What's this piece of rope, line, for, Larry wants to know. That's the outhaul, and it hauls out the sail, right to the end of the boom. Watch it there, Larry. It's always safer to keep your nose out of the knot. You want to get it on right because it would look pretty funny upside down. Now, hoist away. The instructor lets Larry take the tiller right away. Now he really feels like a skipper. In a couple of weeks, Larry will be sailing well enough to start helping other newcomers to learn. That's the system at community boating. Members who know how to sail help the beginners. After a few days of sailing, Larry is able to handle the boat. Already he loves the feel of it heeling in the wind, and first thing you know, he's leaning out to windward like an old salt. Community ownership of boats has long been popular in the Scandinavian countries, but it's a recent development in the United States. It started in 1936 with a few wooden sailboats on the Charles and an invitation, come one, come all. 20 years later, with the help of state funds, this water playground carries sailboats from 9 in the morning till sunset. Maintenance costs, cooperatively shared, are low. A man can sail here all season for less than he'd have to pay to put a coat of paint on a boat of his own. It's not too easy to find a spot in the city where you can get into shorts and soak up the sun. But a boathouse dock is an ideal spot on any summer's day. Office workers can leave their downtown desks only a few blocks from here and be out on the river by 5:30 for a cool evening sail. A doctor from nearby Massachusetts General Hospital can get some fresh air and exercise in his 2-hour break. It's first come, first served, and if all the boats are in use, there's a 1-hour limit to the sail. With the juniors sailing in the morning and seniors using the boats in the later hours and Sunday, only occasionally is there any wait for a boat. Sailing is one sport the whole family can enjoy together. Father likes it better than a Sunday auto ride. No bumper-to-bumper traffic here. Junior still has to be told to sit down, though. For the young people who want a little more excitement, the boat can be used for racing. And as for the teenagers, well, a boat is a fine place to be on a long summer evening. Even 1 mile of water can supply every variety of wind to challenge the sailor. Fresh easterlies, treacherous calms, gusty southwesterlies, rip-snorting nor'easters and squalls. When real storms come sweeping down the river, the boats are safely tied up at the dock. The rigging slaps and whistles in the wind. The men on the dock check every line and mooring. Every sailor has to know how to tie a few knots, and to pass your helmsman's test at community boating, you must learn the figure 8, the clove hitch, and the bowline. Now, they tell us the bowline is perfectly simple. There's this rabbit that comes out of the hole, goes around the tree, and back down the hole again. Now, just where did that rabbit go this time? Anyone want to try a rolling hitch or a Stunzel tack bend? All over the country, people are beginning to look into this idea of community sailing. New fiberglass boats don't need scraping and caulking, so maintenance costs are cut way down. They're tough, too, these glass boats. They survive running aground and bumps against the dock. If a head-on collision produces a hole in the hull, it can be patched up pronto. Recreation men are pleased to see that men, women, and youngsters can all use the same equipment. and the stretch of water doesn't have to be paved or mowed. Community Boating's directors have found that one boat can easily provide sailing for 50 members. Yacht racing, whether it's the Bermuda race or regatta dinghies, can generate a lot of excitement. Community Boating is a member of the North American Yacht Racing Union, which means that any member, maybe Larry in a few years, could be among the skippers competing for national sailing championships, or even for a place on the American Olympics team. Regatta Day brings out the racing skippers at the crack of dawn, ready for the fray. Boats are assigned for the first race, and then the rigging begins. Every line is checked. Every drop of water is pumped out. Each skipper has picked a crew to sail with him, preferably someone who'll do just what he's told to do it fast, never complain, not mind being yelled at, and have the good sense not to give it all up and jump overboard when the pressure's on. The horn blows. 2 minutes to the start. In the short time before the start, the yachts maneuver behind the line. Every boat is trying to get in the best position, so when the signal comes, it can sail across the line at that very moment to windward of its competitors and then forge ahead at full speed. All clear, and they're off. The first leg of the triangular course is being sailed close-hauled into the wind. This is the beat to windward, the leg that divides the men from the boys. I guess that includes the gals as well, because she's catching up with the men. When 17 boats are all trying to get around the same tin can in the river at the same time, you have to have rules. And rules there are. If you break a single one, you're out. So, starboard tack has right of way over port tack, and well, starboard tack is supposed to, well, what's going on out there anyway? Well, the first thing is you have to know which way the wind is blowing. Yes, there'll be plenty of protests for the race committee when this one comes in. A young man doesn't mind taking inexperienced young ladies along for crew. It's always a help to have someone to tell him what a good sailor he is. Whoops! There she goes. Now get that rescue launch underway. A boat sailed right shouldn't capsize. Even though these boats can't sink, a capsize means potential danger for crew and damage for the boat. But the dockmasters waste no time in getting out there. As you can see, a dockmaster's job carries many heavy responsibilities. Well, here she comes, and all hands are safe. Supervised programs are the best way to help cut down the terrible toll of water accidents. youngsters with a real boat to sail won't set out to sea on homemade rafts. And here on these sheltered waters, young skippers can learn a healthy respect for the power of wind and waves. Well, here come the skippers in from their racing. Furl the sails and bail out the boats. It's time out for lunch. And then they'll be back at it again because there are 5 more races in the afternoon. A regatta tries patience and strength, skill and endurance. It requires a lot of tactics and a great many cups of coffee as well. When you win a regatta, it's something to be proud of. At the end of the season comes the big trophy dance, with prizes given out for the junior and senior regattas. Awards are also given to juniors for sportsmanship and achievement. A boy who cheerfully manned the pumps and brooms when there was dirty work to be done suddenly finds himself the surprised possessor of a cup. And the girl who lost out on a tie for first place in a regatta finds she's got a cup anyway because she accepted the disappointment with a smile. A matched fleet of sailboats provides the purest form of yacht racing, for the boats are all equal. There's no feeling here that the man who can afford to spend the most money on care and equipment has the best chance to win. Nothing counts in these races but the skill of the skipper. Well, on with the fun. If you've got a boathouse, you might as well have a few chowder parties, square dances, and other shindigs. The juniors, scarcely recognizable in suits and neckties, are tolerant of their elders who join in the bunny hop. Some of the 13-year-old boys would rather capsize than take the plunge and ask a girl to dance. But by intermission, they're all on the floor and have to be lured off with donuts and cider. One thing about the Charles River, you can't say the sun sets slowly over it. Those boats are all supposed to be back at the dock by sunset. And to the members of community boating, it seems as if they are the constant victims of an unnatural phenomenon. The sun sets over the Charles River with the most unseemly haste, it seems, but the fleet is always there, the water and the wind. There'll be another day to go sailing.